Hey, hi. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites every single time. And sometimes, on Wednesdays, we're doing it live. Welcome to We're Doing It Live Wednesdays. This is, I don't know, the 4th, 5th, 6th. I mean, not that we're keeping score out here, but you know, we've done this a handful of times now, and it's been fun, and people show up, just like XX Gamer 92 showing up, right? We have a good time out here. We drink some coffee in real time, or whatever you're doing out there. So here we are again. Hey, hi, hello to everybody. And, well, today we're doing it with some Ball X Pit, because this game continues to be quite awesome. And you know what else? It's really chill, and I appreciate it for being so chill. So I don't know where we left off last time. We opened up something here. Gang, +1 baby ball damage for each character you've completed the smoldering depths with. That's right, we got through the smolderings. So let me toss this out here, of course. And well, apparently we've opened up the captain's quarters as well. See, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I have to refamiliarize myself with everything I was doing. Shocker, right? Maybe we'll just stick that right up there, right? It is a little bit more organized, to your point. It's funny, I actually had my oldest daughter sit down and do some work. She really enjoys the that kind of thing, and I enjoy it, but I'm not as good at it, you know, if I'm being totally honest. So let's see if we can maybe angle. Yeah, I'm thinking we maybe angle that way, and we hope for the best. I like that we can speed this up. It's really, oh, okay, all right. Hey, it pretty much did what I was hoping for. Begin each battle with a choice of an extra ball. That's not bad. Okay, I feel like we're gonna jump in with a warm-up here. Yes, I was talking about that. Yep. I'm glad you mentioned that. Sekiro under a different name. Perfect. And if I remember correctly, you finished some exams, which is great. I think we're going to go in with the Repentant and pair up with the Merchant again, maybe? Perhaps? That seemed like a good duo last time. Hey, Johnny 5, how about it? Oh, Johnny 5, that brings up some memories, right? A little bit of short circuit action out there. How about it? Johnny 5 is alive, right? Did that do anything for you? Okay. All right. Yes, you finished the midterm, been in clinicals, pretty busy. Good for you. That's great. Okay, so why don't we just give it the old warm-up here? In fact, I didn't even look at which areas we've completed. Okay, so the third round is where we want to go. Get warmed up here. Let's pop this guy on. And here we go. I've already completed this level up. All right, did I choose the wrong one? I did. All right, there we go. I like that they warned me that I was about to make a gigantic mistake. Shocker, right? Okay, so let's... Oh, I do like this synergy. Yeah, let's go with that. And I think we're going to have a rip-roaring great time out here. Yeah, good for you getting through the exams. You know, I think, like we talked about last time, that is the one thing in the good old schooling days. They weren't that long. They were a long time ago. That I don't miss. I don't miss the exam thing. to be honest about that. And, you know, I did well at exams, you know, because I prepared and, you know, I made adult decisions, you know, preparing, being prepared. It's not the most fun thing, but, you know, I wanted to do well. But I sweated the exams anyways, you know. That was the part I really didn't like, the nervousness about the exams. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I could see that. I could see that. And you know, in some careers, the studies and the preparation, it never really stops. You know, and look, I mean, some people, they're all for that, right? But some of us are not looking for that. You know, the actuarial career path, for instance, that's one where, boy, oh boy, there's a lot to it. There's 9 or 10 exams that actuaries have to take in order to continue to get credentialed further and further. And so, you know, you have scenarios where these are working professionals, and no joke, I mean, they're doing math on a Friday night to prepare for these exams and assessments. I think if I recall correctly, what I read was it's 100 hours of study for each hour the exam takes. And so, you know, if an exam is going to take you 3 hours, I mean, you know, that's quite a bit. It's a big commitment. See, I'm sure you all wanted to know that about that career path. The goat knows all these random things. Well, I read, you know, and some of it gets retained, and some of it not so much. All right, let's go with the cornucopia. Let's go with a sip of coffee, too. Cheers to all of you. You know, I will for sure have continued learning for sure, because I'll be going for nursing at some point, but I don't think I could do that much. Just still like my downtime. Yeah, I very much like my downtime as well. You know, look, we've all got backlogs to work through. That's perfect for the downtime, right? Got to get the gaming in somehow. And if I was having to do math instead, I don't know that would be compatible, right? Okay, each kill heals you by 5, but each shot you take damages you twice. Yeah, let's go with this. I am a fan of this ball in particular. Yeah, I would miss the downtime too much. I couldn't do that. I give it up to those folks. I think part of it, though, is that they're just really into what they're doing. You know, it's, I mean, the math for them, we say, oh, God, math, you know, but for them, like, it's fun. It's fun. They're having fun doing it. All work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy. Yeah, I know. It's true. It's true. But like I was saying, if that's your thing, if that is your play, right, because you just love math or whatever it is, well, then, you know, then I can appreciate that too. From the outside looking in, not directly. Oh, we like this one. We like that one. So earlier today, I spent some time with the upcoming Deep Rock Galactic game. There is a video on the channel with some gameplay. Some of you probably saw that. I have to tell you, I am very, very excited for that game. I think it's wonderful. We've got some good stuff coming our way. Increased crit chance to 20% when hitting enemies in the same column. I'm gonna just upgrade this, I think. Let's go with an evolution. And what, pray tell, is this going to be? Aiden says they were playing this earlier. Keep getting kind of stuck at the beginning. I'll just have to keep trying. You know, I think this one is hard in the beginning. Look at this. Mosquito swarm. Explodes into 3 to 6 mosquitoes. Mosquitoes attack random enemies. Come on. If a mosquito kills an enemy, they steal 1 health. That sounds awesome. That sounds fantastic. This is a first. The mosquito ball. And true to its name, they are definitely flying away. I hate mosquitoes, by the way, but right now it's okay. This is the only time where we can all celebrate mosquitoes, right, in video game form, because they're working for us. All right. Have to check out that video from earlier. Played Deep Rock Galactic before. Rock and Stone 100%. Yeah, Rock and Stone all day. Yeah, Johnny, that the board-like game, that was fun. I liked that too. I wasn't prepared for the boss at the end. Didn't see that coming. But I would definitely play more of that. The dev eventually showed up in the comments and said thanks for the coverage and that it's always helpful to see somebody else playing their game. You know, I think it highlights areas where they might want to make changes or lean in a little bit more to, one thing or another. I always love it when the devs show up in the comments. What do you guys do for Halloween? It's a great question. It's a great question. So, over here, every year we have a pumpkin carving party, and we have done this for, I don't know, something like 14, 15 years. And we have everybody over. It ends up being like a group between 10 to 15. Probably used to be bigger, but people are busy now, because life. And we also make the Paula Deen bacon cheeseburger meatloaf. Now look, I wasn't gonna bring up food, okay? I recognize that it makes people hungry, but I'm gonna blame this one on Aiden, all right? Because it's convenient, all right? But here we are. We're talking about bacon cheeseburger meatloaf, the Paula Deen version. Shoot 1 to 2 baby balls each time you're healed, gain a shield, or slow down enemies. Let's go with a reroll, actually. All right, we'll do the archer statue thing. Why not? So we carve, and then judging happens, and it's a great time. We have a trophy. The trophy travels, and the person that won the previous year, they end up being the judge. So that's our tradition. We eat meatloaf and carve pumpkins. good time. How about you? What did you end up doing? We had a decent amount of trick-or-treaters this time. Felt like it was a good turnout. The weather held up, so that was nice too. Let's go with a fusion this time. How about we pair the swarm with some poison? What could go wrong? Let's do that. Food is one of the greatest things. Cheeseburger, meatloaf. I feel like that's the best kind of meatloaf. Yeah, it's pretty solid, if I'm being honest. That sounds fun. I haven't been to the museum in a long time. I feel like I'm overdue for a museum visit. I feel like we're looking pretty solid here. I'm happy to say, too, that we are going to be able to give away another video game with my evolving giveaway video based on the amount of likes we've last time I looked, it had just hit 100 likes, and we're gonna do another copy of the game for every 100. You know, why not, right? Make it a little fun. Big fan of dinosaurs. I like the Dinosaurs TV show growing up. Anybody watch that? The pink dinosaur, not the mama, that one. That's jogging any memories. Not the mama, yeah. So, look, at some point, I fell off that show. And years later, I discovered that that show has an extremely dark ending. I mean, you know, true to form if you know about the dinosaurs, right? But, is anybody aware of that? You know how that ends? It's interesting that they went that route. Oh yeah, Worf, it's ball pit time. You watched it, Johnny, so you saw it. You saw it happen live? Not live, but live. You saw it when it went down. You had the audible gasp. I mean, because I saw it years later. Yeah, I don't. I mean, the show is, you know, gosh, when did that show? Is that show like 30 years old? But it's true. It's true. Spoilers. We're very careful about that here. Because there's always that person that says, "Oh man, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna," you know, and then you're like, "Oh." Yeah, I didn't remember too many episodes, you know, that would like match that tonally, because it was always kind of a goofy show, right? Yes, exactly. It's a yes. Okay, all right. So I'm not the only one that you know, thought it was well, a little bit like Whiplash almost, you know. My goodness. Where if we're talking about the old dinosaurs show. Oh, did I just hit retry? We don't want to do this again. We're talking about the old dinosaurs show. All right, can I go? Yeah, abandon. Yes, perfect. With the pink dinosaur, the baby. You know, not the mama. No, everybody knows the ending is dark. I think it went over my head as a kid, but now, oof. The ending of Alf is also dark as well. I didn't know that. Did not know about that with Alf. Wow. Interesting. Oh, that's true when you talk about the great tossing. Earl was so happy and ready. It's kind of coming back to me. All right, you know what? I'm going to have to take a look at the Alf ending at some point. I think I missed out. All right, let's see if we can perhaps open up this other character. Let's see. So eventually we're going to clear that and they're going to bounce. We get it? Got it. We got it. You've unlocked the new character, the Tactician. Okay. Very cool indeed. Well, let's check out this Tactician. A retired general experienced beyond belief. Battles become turn-based? What? Well, that sounds nice and weird. Let's just go to the first zone with this guy and get a feel for what that even means. The battles become turn-based. Okay. All right, so there's another Tactician fan in the house. This is going to be entertaining. Oh boy. All right. Well, I don't know how to feel about that. This better be a good thing. This better not be a setup. You go, then they go. Yeah. All right. Well, hey Daniel, thanks for being out here with us. The Triceratops boss in that very small trailer office. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. All right, so. Oh wow. Okay. Well, they were serious. I don't know how to feel about this. Once more into the maelstrom of community conversation topics. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Always the maelstrom. This is really interesting. I could see this going. Well, one of two ways, right? Huh. This definitely changes the game up for sure. Remember, this is just a warm-up run. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. We do love our warm-up runs. All right, so... Well, we're just gonna lean into this, that's all. Maybe we'll get some clears along the way. See, now that I've gotten one clear, I feel fine about this. Anything can happen now. Got the one clear, we're good. That was almost another one. All right, so yeah, let's do one of these. Maybe. All right, just like in geometry class. Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try for those clears, right? Okay. Oh, we like that. We like the old shotgunner. Yeah, that's a fun one, for sure. I feel like we were robbed on that clear. Just gonna say that. All right. That should be a good one. You know what? I think this just changes the game too much for me. I think so. I mean, I like the ingenuity of it. But I don't know that I'm a tactician main. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see if maybe we can get something going this way. Maybe? Yeah? A little something? Speaking of television shows, I don't think I mentioned this last time, but one of my kids has been watching The Office, and she was on the episode last night. And look, I guess we're just gonna get into spoiler territory here. She was at the episode where, you know, Michael, it's Michael's last time, right? And she didn't realize that, like, he really was done. And she says to me, well, is this like, he's not really, I mean, he's coming back, right? And I said, well, do you really want to know? And she said, well, yeah. And so, you know, I told her, and she said, well, I'm done. And she turned it off. She's done. She walked away from it. I respect it. I do. It's not bad. It just doesn't really feel like the game, if that makes sense. 100%. 100%. All right, let's get the shotgun ball. It has its moments, I'll give you that. And I tried to mention that to her as well, that, you know, there are still some nice things in there, but it's not the same. It's not the same without the OG crew. There were definitely some enjoyable parts. All right, that wasn't bad. Every 7 to 11 rows spawn a gem spring. Dealing damage to them causes them to drop an increasing amount of XP gems. You know, we'll do this. Okay. I was hoping to get the shotgun ball stuck up there. Let's go ahead with this. Okay. Balls deal 150% damage, but damage decays by 30% each time they bounce. Let's go with this. All right. Trying to get up in that back row. There we go. Okay. Oh, wow. Lots of options with this one. Yeah, no, it's true. And, you know, I get why Carell, you know, did what he did. I mean, if you think about it, he did go on to do some movies that I think did quite well. Right? I mean, he had a pretty solid role in Anchorman. He did, wasn't that him in 40-Year-Old Virgin, if I'm remembering right? You know, so he had some good films. But I tend to agree, you know, we really like the normal crew. Just one of those situations where you needed all of them. All right, not bad. No, that guy landed right at the wrong moment. Okay. All right. Now, have you all been keeping track of all of the epic games that are on their way through the rest of the year? I mean, I feel like we've got a lot coming. Let's go one more reroll here. You can heal past. Increase crit chance when hitting enemies in the back. Yeah, let's do that. I don't have the list in front of me, but I feel like there's still a lot of stuff on the way. Hearing from several publishers and some of the smaller devs out there. And there is a lot of stuff on the way. All right. These guys are getting close. Let's go with an Evo. And let's definitely do the maggot ball. My wallet will never recover from this. I hear you. Well, let's go ahead and use shotgun and bleed. What could go wrong? How do you heal your followers in Lucky Tower? You mean if they get poisoned? You can usually whip food into their faces, and that'll work. That's potential synergy here. All right, can we not? I think this guy's just out of range at this point. Oh, there we go. It worked. Not poison health. You know, you might try just whipping a banana peel at them, but usually what I run into is them being poisoned. Not necessarily health. Unless they've made some changes to the game. It has been another several weeks since the last time I logged on. Usually I go a little bit with Lucky Tower till I'm good and ready again. I get the urge to Lucky Tower, and then, you know, next thing you know, we're jumping back in. All right, let's go with another new ball. All right. I am going to upgrade that. Seem to be hitting several of them in the back. Speaking of, that is going to be stuck up there for a minute. That's great. Yeah, I'm not remembering the followers having health bars. But you're right in that they do get beat up from time to time. You know, you can tell from their look, like they've got battle damage. And I don't know if there's a way to do anything about that or not, come to think of it. Besides Sulfur, is that the longest running series? That and Witchfire? No, actually. Well, Lucky Tower is the game that I have played the most on the channel, bar none. When I first started the channel, and we just, you know, started getting going with the rogues, I started playing another little game. You might have heard of it, Noida. And we had a daily series called Coffee and Noida for a while. There's probably something like 70 or 80 videos of the Coffee and Noida series. So we had a good time with that one for a while. I also, from there, eventually did a Coffee and Spelunky 2 daily series. And That game, I have feelings about Spelunky 2. I don't feel like I was great at Spelunky 2, and I still, by the end of it, I still didn't feel like I was great at Spelunky 2, but we ended up doing something fun where mods were utilized, and I kind of turned Spelunky 2 into more of a roguelite, and I did the same thing with Noida. So, to answer your question, there have been other series that have gone on for quite some time that we also had a good time playing. But Lucky Tower, that's been the most a game has ever been played on the channel. And that's because it's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and do that. And now you're reminding me that I need to get back to Sulfur still, as well. Am I going to try the game Drive Loop? Yes. Yes. I think somebody mentioned that one in the comments the other day, and I wrote it down. Maybe that was you. Yeah, I have several games that I'm going to be trying and showing off in the coming days. It was you. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate recommendations from all of you. I have heard of Deck Tamers. In fact, that dev might have reached out. I have not gotten around to Deck Tamers yet. Alright, let's see if we can get some action going up there. Perfect. You love the community, but if there's any more games, I'm not going to have money to eat. Well, you know what? That's why I really like doing the giveaways. Because I recognize that, game after game after game, like, they add up. They add up. So we can try and help with that. Really appreciate the support there. The real John Martinez, thank you. You're gonna have a bunch of non-rogue content to watch now as well. And we'll get you showing up in the end of the video as well in the credits. So thank you for that. You know, my hope is that the channel will just continue to grow and grow and grow, and well, we'll just be able to do more and more. Like I said, with Nuclear Gladiators 3000, which, by the way, what a video game name, right? I thought, well, let's try something fun. Let's see if we can just give away an extra copy for every 100 likes that the video gets. And, part of that is because the likes help people see the video more. And then, of course, that generates more ad revenue. And I know ads, but then, we do cool stuff with the ads. We're giving away video games. So, there's that whole aspect of it, too. Talk about a help me, hurt me, right? But if we continue to grow, we're just going to do more cool stuff. Well, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But honestly, we're all doing this together. I mean, it's not just me. We are all doing this together. Couldn't do it, just me. You know, the good folks at YouTube were nice enough to give me this radio station, and you know, we're using it to do cool stuff. It's not bad, right? It is a good community. I'm definitely biased, but I agree. I totally agree. We're doing something right. We you know, we need to get the signal out more and get even more people hanging out here. It'll happen. It'll happen. It just takes time. You know, sometimes people will ask me, well, you know, how do you get discovered? How does this all work? How's the sausage made, right? And you know what? I try to be helpful because sometimes it's newer creators that are asking, like, "Hey, Goat, how did you do this? And how are you doing all this stuff?" And you know, I always appreciate the questions, but the truth of it is this: I don't know. I have no idea. I'm still, you know what? I'm about 6 years into this, right? And I'm still learning how the sausage is made. Sometimes when I think I know, I'm like, oh, I'm on to it. I finally get it. I know now how this all works, how videos get shared, how, you know, people find it and stuff. Well, then the next day I post something and it bombs, you know, and I just go, oh, you know what? Turns out, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how it all works. It's a black box. Put videos in and sometimes numbers come out. I don't know. We want the numbers to get bigger, but they don't always. And I'll stop waxing about YouTube numbers now. But you know, when I say I appreciate the support, I really do. Really do. All right, let's do this. I do not have a Discord. And I'll tell you, I have thought about doing a Discord. I would tell you that about a month ago, I was all set to start a Discord. In fact, I talked to a couple of my creator buddies and said, you know what, I'm going to do this Discord thing. And it just got to a point where I thought, you know, I don't know that I'd be able to keep up with it. Right? So I go back and forth on the idea, if I'm being totally honest. You've had your channel for 7 years, took almost 6 to get to 1K, didn't post consistently or any of that. Finding your way on YouTube Shorts these days with a couple K. Good. That's good. Good for you. What kind of content do you do? I don't use OBS, I use Streamlabs. Alright, got the Boneyard Trophy. Look, I appreciate what the Tactician... I keep hitting retry. I appreciate what the Tactician brings to the table, but I don't know that the Tactician is my absolute favorite. That was definitely bye-bye, boss man. Yeah, it's, you know what, there is some inconsistency with it. I would agree with you too. I mean, I've never been one to harp on the algo and how it works or doesn't work. Because at the end of the day, for me, it's just a fun hobby. This is not how I pay my bills. I don't think it will ever be how I pay my bills. This is just a fun hobby. If I was doing this for a living, I think it might drive me crazy because of the inconsistencies in the numbers, you know? Could I imagine a world where I post some, I don't know, Undermine videos, right? I'm playing Undermine out there, and they're not performing, and then I go, well, I guess I'm just not going to make the mortgage this month because people didn't watch the Undermines. I can't imagine that. You know, like that just wouldn't really, it wouldn't really work for me, you know? All right, let's see if we can get this thing up here going for us. All right, maybe not. That's okay. Cool anyways. I do really like this guy. We should take the Cogitator over to the Smoldering Depths, but I wonder if we could pair the Cogitator with somebody cool. How about some fire, Scarecrow? How about that? Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go to the Smoldering Depths. Thought was that the community could kind of help you run it if there's people who know how Discord work. That way it's not all on you. Yeah, no, it's... I will continue to consider it. At one point, I even thought that I was going to start a website. But I ran into the same type of thinking where, boy, you know, to come up with content for all of that... You know, that might be kind of hard, might be kind of tough, you know what I mean? And I think you're right, too. You can lose the passion for it when it becomes the job. You're 100% correct. Rich, I am in the I'm in the HR space, more on the hiring side. And I've been doing that for a couple decades about. I know HR gets you know, people probably go, oh God, you know, but I'm on the good side. I get to help people, right? Is there a good side? I feel like I'm on the good side. I do legit try to help people. That's what drew me to it initially. Well, I'll keep that in mind, Worf. I appreciate that. Hey, Jeff Lane. We're doing it live Wednesdays. Glad you're doing it live with us out here. It's good to have you. That Venn diagram comedian has a hilarious bit about HR. Oh, I'll have to check that out. HR usually bad, but you do seem I'll trust you. Well, I appreciate that. I do. I will tell you all something that you already know. A lot of people, unfortunately, know this right now. This market right now is the worst market I have seen in my entire career. The worst. Every time we turn around, it's another company doing layoffs. And so there are so many great people out there looking for work right now. And the problem that they are up against is that a lot of these companies that are posting jobs, and I feel like even that's limited, the job goes up, and literally, this is a real thing. 24 hours later, after that job is posted, there are 700 applicants. And I don't want to hear that you can't find at least 5 in there. Don't look pretty good. And that is one of the biggest problems. And, you know, you see the posts out there where people have been out of work for, gosh, 6, 12 months. And then they just, it gets to the point where, hey, I can't make my bills anymore. It's rough. It's rough. But this is just such a, it's a bad market. It's just a bad market. So I try to help where I can, but it's really challenging. Yeah. Jeff, you've been very sick from leukemia the last couple days. I was working on my guitar, saw you were live, so I had to come see you. Really appreciate that. And we hope you're feeling better there. Problem is AI resume filtering. A lot of amazing candidates get limbed before it even gets to HR, much less the hiring manager. It's a good point, Super. Not all the firms are utilizing that stuff, but you are not wrong. That is something that's happening out there. And, I see both sides, right? You got access to natural language processing technology. If it's a world where, you've got 700-800 people coming through, who has the time to look at 800 resumes if you've got, 25 other jobs that you're supporting at the time? It becomes challenging from a volume standpoint. But then at the same time, on the other side of it, well, that thing's not perfect. It's going to make mistakes, and resumes are going to get missed. So it's hard. It's definitely hard. You work in industrial maintenance. Most guys in my field are much older than me. Yeah. But you're right. AI resume filtering, absolutely a thing. And to your point, need more people. Yeah, guys in the ditcher field. Well, I do think that those careers are going to start to become popular as we have more changes in the knowledge worker field. And I finger quote that, by the way. I don't love that term. We're all knowledge workers. We're all subject matter experts in what we do. And I don't care if it's working out in the field, digging, doing construction, whatever. We're all knowledgeable. Don't give me that knowledge workers stuff. I'm not a huge fan of that term. Something, drinking from a fire hydrant, something. Yeah. Why are they so picky? I mean, I don't have a job like that, but it seems like they're picking everything apart really bad nowadays. Well, why are they super picky? Because they can be. They can say, hey, I'd like this, this, and this. And when 800 people apply, chances are you're going to have one of them that has this, this, and this, right? And so they are because they can be. I'm a pastor and I love my job, but sometimes it can be hard to enjoy it when people expect me to fix all their issues when I'm here to help. I used to be the best volunteer, but now I'm expected. That's interesting, John. I'm just thinking about that lately. There are so many people struggling. You must be so busy. There are probably just a line of people that need help, and that must be stressful for you. Oh, Jeff, 9 million balls. That's my middle name, right? No cheat codes. This is au naturel goat. Okay, this is just how we do out here. Yeah, picky because they can be. People hire people that are like them, and, you know, that's not always the greatest hiring strategy either, but people are people. And hiring leaders happen to be people. So it's a big old ball of wax, I'll tell you what. You get to listen to them, and it's a lot, but people need a safe place to process. Yeah, they do. They do. And there's people out there that, you know, they don't have somebody to process with. John, I bet you run into a lot of folks that talk to you about career right now and things that are going on in the job market. There are just so many people out of work, unfortunately. No old milk. No, never the old milk. No. Splash of eggnog and cinnamon in the dark roast. Whoa. Okay. Do I think it's going to get better, or is the industry going to continue to shrink? Well, do you want me to be honest about that? 'Cause I'll be honest, my honest answer isn't great, you know? I'm going to tell you all this. I hope that I am so wrong about all of this. I can't wait to be wrong about this. But I'm going based on, you know, conversations and what I know about tech and what I know about what we're doing with various types of tech out there. And gosh, every time you turn around, there's another layoff, and we're doing this, that, and the other thing. I think that businesses right now are in the mode, and maybe not the small and the medium sized. I'm talking about the big players out there, right? I really like this Inferno ball. Side note. I think that everybody is in a mode of co-piloting, and I don't mean co-pilot like Microsoft's co-pilot. I'm saying co-pilot as a general term. How many different ways can we co-pilot things across the enterprise? Can we hook this person up with a chatbot? Can we do something with a listening algorithm where we're going to prompt in real time, right? So imagine the folks in the call center where you say something and then something automatically pops up on their screen and tells them, hey, say this now. This would be a good time to say this, right? Well, at some point, that thing is trained so well that you don't need Bob Jones' phone person anymore, right? And so we're continually training this stuff and deploying it and training it more and deploying it and minimum viable product and all the businessman and businesswoman words, right? So what do I think is going to happen? Well, I think things are going to continue to shrink, unfortunately. But here's the other thing too. Like, there's got to be a point where, you know, somebody says, "Oh my goodness, if we continue to just shrink this thing, well, how are people even going to buy our product or service? They're not going to have the monies, right?" So I don't know. I don't really know for sure. Like I say, I really want to be wrong about a lot of it, but at the same time, I have to be realistic. You know? I don't know. That's my thought, Rich. I think that it's going to be tough. I think that there's going to be new opportunities, right? Like they keep talking about, oh, well, hey, well, yes, we're going to eliminate this call center, but then we're going to need this new type of job that, well, we don't know what it is yet, but we're going to need this new type of person, and they're going to do, they're probably going to do the things, and, we'll pay the person for the things. So I don't know. If all the Bob's out of a job, who are the companies going to sell to? 100%, Rich. 100%. Right. So, I don't know. Is there a world where suddenly the trades are, what everybody is begging to get into, and, nobody's going and getting bachelor's degrees and master's degrees anymore because instead they're studying plumbing and they're studying cooling, right? To take care of all of the data centers. I mean, that's what, what's his face? The CEO of NVIDIA, his name is escaping me at the moment, but, he's out there saying, hey, look, we're going to need folks to take care of all these data centers that are going to be out there. As long as machines need repair, I think I'll be fine. That's the reality of it. No business wants a perfect light bulb. Well, you're right. You're right. Nobody would buy another one. That is very true. I think if you do something that involves your hands, I think you're positioned well. If you are a welder, if you are a plumber, if you do HVAC, I think that you're going to be okay for a long time. That's my guess, right? If you are a guy or gal that writes emails and sends Teams messages and says words on telephones and knows things, right? I don't know. I'm not as convinced. But we're going to have to see. I don't know. I want to be wrong about all of it. Very much so. But we will always have this. What would I do? Well, I would just hang out here. That's what I would do, and drink coffee. I mean, my wife and I have talked about it, right? Like, well, what if my thing had drastic changes, right? Well, I'll just become a house husband. That's what I'll do. I would be very fine with that. What did you do today? Well, I can't tell you enough about this dark roast, and well, we played Ball X Pit, and it was a lovely day. And how about you? What did you do? I mean, look, I could figure out a way to be okay with that. I'm being flip, of course. It would be interesting. But I'm ready. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Hopefully we all have a ton more time doing what we do, and it'll be fine, right? Okay, so real talk, Rich. House husband was her term. That's right. House husband was her term. So, look, it is what it is at some point, I'm sure I would go out and get a job making coffees or something, right? I mean, I'd do something. Technically, I have a skill set. I just don't know that it's going to be a skill set that places want to pay people for, right? So I might just go and maybe I'll make coffee. That wouldn't be a bad second career, right? Add a 4% chance to get an extra upgrade point when leveling up. That's cool. I like that. Ooh, all gears collected. You can now upgrade the pit lift. Whoa, indeed. Hey, I appreciate fellow house husbands out there, you know? I appreciate that. Increase the harvest clock by 0.2 seconds each time harvesting. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Okay. So let's not hit the retry button this time. Yeah, Worf. Yeah, exactly. That'll be when I start round 2 of the channel. I like doing the cooking videos on the membership side. Cheat days with the goat. There's not enough of them. I think we've done 3 or 4. The last one I did was pizzas. When we did the strawberry bacon pizza in my brother-in-law's outdoor uni pizza oven. We had a good time filming that. But yeah, more cheat days with the goat. You know, truth be told, I for the longest time, this was before I started the YouTube channel, I was just going to do a skirt steak channel. Now I know, anybody that's hung out here for a minute or two, that's not going to shock you. Yeah, almost did a skirt steak channel, and I was just going to call it Only Skirts, right? It was just going to be me going around to restaurants eating skirt steak. Like the guy that does his one bite of pizzas. This is going to be me, but skirt steak, only skirts, right? Yeah. Who knows? Maybe at some point. All right. So let's see. This sounds fun. Let's maybe zoom out just a little bit here and see if we can make even more of a mess. Believe it or not, it's probably possible. We're also holding on to 10 grand. How is that a thing? Just go ahead and do some expanding here. Expand out that way. All right, now let's build this thing. We'll put it, just stick it up there, right? Pop this up there too, why not? Okay. Good deal. Let's do some harvesting. And then we will, I suppose, open up the next area. Let's see, can we angle this, maybe? Yep, got it. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. I like a free upgrade. You get a lot of inquiries based on that name alone. Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, that was totally the point. Okay. Actually, I've been wanting to open a coffee shop and had an online coffee CBD store. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what all it takes. I think that's a really tough business to break into. But it would be fun, for sure. Oh, we have to upgrade the thing, don't we? Yeah, we want to do that. Okay, let's do that. Another new area here. Oh, the Heavenly Gates. Okay. I like where this is going, potentially. Well, why don't we do another run here? And, what does this guy do? Oh, yeah, he lobs the balls into the air. That one is interesting. What if we bring the Jester, and then, just so that I don't have to make the decisions. Right? That's nice. We'll go to the Heavenly Gates. It looks like, boy, we're getting towards the end. That's crazy. This has been just a fantastic game. Somebody asked earlier about this being, you know, on the Game of the Year list, it's absolutely a contender. Absolutely. Now, I don't really do Game of the Year list because, you know, depending on the day, I like all the games. I like all the games that you see on the channel. It would be basically impossible for me to pick a Game of the Year, I think. Lots of possible synergies here so far. I think you're right, Jeff. Well, look, like I said previously, once we hit 1 million subscribers, you know, that's when we'll get a face reveal. We just have to get to the 1 million, no big deal. You know, we should be able to do that in 2026, I'm thinking. And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh gosh, 1 million, yeah, it's going to be hard, because your attitude is your altitude. Okay, that's what Mom always said, right? Where there's a will, there's a way, Billy Blanks, right? Does that do anything for you, Billy Blanks? Anybody do any Tybo back in the day? A little bit? Maybe? Hey, you know what's funny? When I started the channel, and this was back in 2020, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was gonna do. And there's probably still videos out there where you could see this. You know, but I had a goat suit for a little bit. A goat suit and a goat mask. And you know, this was before I had people watching like they do today. And I remember my wife saying to me, you know, I never would have picked this for you. What? Like, really? You have to have the suit? And then, like, there was a little bit of, you know, some embarrassment over it. And now when I look back, it's pretty funny to me. It's pretty funny. Yeah, there is a Noida video out there still, I think, where I can be seen wearing the goat costume, the goat getup. We had a run that didn't go so well. It was well, I mean, if you played Noida before, you know, this is a thing that happens, and I think there's a segment that pops up where I knock all the pieces off of a chessboard, something like, I don't know, it was weird. That was before I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, I guess. You have a face for radio. Somebody I used to work with used to say that all the time. It's funny. 1 million in 2026. Yeah, why not, right? You gotta dream big. It's free. All right, I think we're gonna get hit by that guy. That's okay. The bounces are fun, but at some point, if they get too close, Could be trickier to recover. Increase movement speed. All right. Oh, I like this Evo. Okay. Gotta do it. Gotta do it, Worf. Yeah, you know, maybe we can find some things that that work. I feel like late last year and a little bit into this year, you know, speaking of Lucky Tower, those videos did drive a lot of growth for the channel. You know, some of you here are probably folks that found the channel because of the Lucky Tower videos, and I'm thankful for it. I think there was a stretch of time where I was really the only person playing Lucky Tower out there as much as I was, and you know, people really really enjoyed that content. So yeah, if we can find more stuff like that that brings the people, that'll help. That'll help for sure. Oh, this should be interesting. Oh, network away. Come on. Don't ever apologize for that. Rich, I use it for all the videos. Yeah, so see, case in point. Jeff, you came from Lucky Tower, you know. It's hard. It's hard figuring out what is the next Lucky Tower? What is the thing that brings the people? And, you know, aside from that, it's got to be something I really enjoy, right? And that's a whole other component. I think the Lucky Tower videos are fun because I really like that game. There was just a lot that could be done with it. We had a great time playing that game. So it's hard. I mean, there is some kind of a formula to YouTube. I was joking earlier that, you know, every time I think I know what's going on, it just ends up being a black box that I don't understand. But there is somewhat of a formula. You know, it helps to be first. It helps to be the only person doing the thing that you're doing. And, you know, then I think beyond that, it comes down to personality fit and, boy, a handful of other things, if I'm being honest, you know. All right, can we get rid of this guy? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Boy, there it goes. Oh, yeah, the breeding time. Yep, board-like. That one was fun. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for being out here, Jeff. Yeah, I hope you feel better, buddy. We'll think good things for you. Was it easy? Well, you know, some of it is just test and learn, and I think that's the best way to do it. You know, you just dive in. I got lucky, really, with all of this. When I got going, I met a bunch of people in the creator space, and they were very kind to me. And I still talk with several of them today. I think it helps to know other creators, because you're gonna have questions. You're gonna have a lot of questions. You're gonna want opinions on things that you're doing, and so on and so forth. But I knew several people that already had communities and followings, and they were kind enough to have me on their podcasts, and it kind of just launched from there. And some of these people aren't even doing the creator thing anymore. That's how long I've known them. This has been a number of years doing this. Boy, this suddenly isn't looking very good, is it? I think durability of the enemies and DPS has maybe caught up to us a little bit here. But who knows? Who knows? It's not over till it's over, right? Right, Rock? But yeah, I think it's helpful to, speaking of networking, to have people in the space that you can talk to about things that are going right and things that are going wrong, things of that nature. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff. It's true. I mean, I would look myself too, right, and see, hey, what is the competition for this right now? Because my goodness, there's a lot of views coming through, and you're right. It was just me. I don't think it's that way anymore, and I'm glad. I'm glad for that because. I'm not playing it as often, and of course, I want that game to continue to get exposure. All right, well, we're getting somewhere here. That does not look like a friend that's coming in for landing here. All right, what are we dealing with here? Are we shooting projectiles? Is that what's... Lord of Owls. Okay, so is this something to do with this back row, maybe? Something is up here. Okay, so we've definitely got an attack coming through. Yeah, I agree with you. Health is not looking wonderfully right now. It's a lot of arrows. Oh, I see. Yeah, we're gonna keep going for it for sure. I do see some cherry Luden's juice up there, which would be quite nice for us. Who knows? Maybe it can happen. It is gonna be tough though, to your point. right, let's grab those. That'll be helpful. All right, that definitely instills some hope. If we can get some stuff trapped up in the back there for a little bit, that'll help. I do love this ball. We're getting there. Hey, how about it? Heavenly Trophy. Gang plus 0.05 passive power for each character you've completed the Heavenly Gates with. Whoa, indeed. Unlocks a new character. I'm always excited to see those. Okay. The campground. Who would be at the campground? Well, the juggler is getting boosted. It's nice. Yeah, good call on the going from side to side. Okay, I keep hitting retry. That's my bad. Look at this. I haven't seen that one before. The old love ball. Okay. Abandon. Yes. All right. All right, Jeff, you have a good one. Thanks for hanging. Charm. Each hit has a 4% chance of charming the enemy for 5 seconds. Charmed units walk up the board and attack enemies. That's awesome. Balls go through allies and heal them for 2 health. Stone allies can now be damaged by your balls, but you heal by 2 when a ball hits one. Ghostly Corset. Balls go through enemies and deal 20% bonus damage when hitting them from the side. Cool. All right. Yeah, see, you're another one that came through from Lucky Tower. That's awesome. All right, let's see if we can make this happen with another new character. Why don't we just pop it right over there and let's go ahead. Start bouncing that way. Let's see what happens. All right, nowhere near. Well, okay, we got close. Got close at the end there. I'll take it. Okay. Start from the beginning on Lucky Tower. If you see a golden statue, you're too new. Hey, sounds good, Jeff. Yeah, we'll do it live next Wednesday too. Every Wednesday. Let's see. You know, so we've gotten through all the areas with the cogitator at this point. Interesting. What else do we want to take back through? You know, I always had good luck with the Repentant and the Merchant combo. I like that. Now, let's go with those two. Perfect. All right, I'm thinking the Heavenly Gates again. Let's see if we can try out some of the new balls here. All right. Shoot 1 to 2 baby balls each time you're healed. Balls start off at 70% speed. You know... Let's do that. No, I don't want to skip it. Oh, I thought I was refreshing it. Yeah, okay. We'll do the rubber headband. Why not? So, Rich, it's not extremely difficult to do. The hard stuff really comes into play when you're trying to do things like getting the audio to sound good in the room that you're in without spending a ton of do-re-mi, you know? Because nobody wants to do that when they first start. So it's one thing to set it up, and I just recommend, you know, finding one of about 500,000 videos that will show you the different settings to have. But what it really comes down to is the particulars of the setup, you know, making the audio sound good with whatever you're doing out there. And then at some point you've got to think about optimizing the quality based on your GPU and some of the other things that are in your PC. But there's some good tutorial videos that are out there that would help you with that. Let's go with the bonus acceleration. I mean, that's why we did it, right? Gotta go fast. The initial ones are gonna take a speed hit. We wanna make sure we're getting good value. I like the knight too. Who do you think the knight pairs well with? Last time around when we hung out live, we played as the knight and the twins. I'm going to call them the twins. You know the ones. And I thought that was a really good combo with the knight because there's so many baby balls happening. But we could do a knight run. Let's do a fusion. Open up room for another ball. The cohabitants, yes. Yes. That is correct. Let's do a reroll. Oh, yes. All right, I was hoping we were going to see this. But I want the synergy because the mosquitoes were excellent. All right, we're going to do that first. There's going to be time for both. Because we've willed it. Oh man, I thought we were going to be able to take that guy out. Let's, I suppose, go with a reroll. I wouldn't mind this. Oh, good call. All right, so I should have went with that other utility, Werf. All right, I'll keep an eye out. Okay. I do love this one. And I want the mosquito to happen. Sometimes I really do have a tough time choosing. It's always great when that's because you're getting too many good options. All right. It's true. It's true on the broken builds piece. All right. Let's go bonus on the crits. Ooh. Wow. That is crazy good. Holy cow. Extra ball slot? That's wild. All right, let's get our mosquito swarm. Love the creativity. No magnets ever needed here. That is true. But we love our magnets, though. Where would we be without magnesis? Come on. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with a re-roll. That's not what I was hoping to see. When you catch a special ball, automatically shoot 1 to 3. Yeah, I could get behind that, maybe. Let's do that. You know, because you can get up close and just catch these over and over and over again. That's pretty great. Okay. Plenty of shiny. Yeah, it's funny. I just was given a key for one of the other newer survivor likes out there, and I was playing that a little bit this evening. Probably going to show that one off tomorrow, and can confirm there is magnesis, because of course there is. Let's go with this. It is starting to get thick, you know, and this happened on this stage last time as well, where you're just going, oh, wait a second, what happened? I thought we were doing really, really well. Suddenly, I feel like there's not much room. The walls are closing in. You know, let's go ahead and upgrade that. Yeah, I think we're due a fusion. Let's do this. getting there. Maybe. Oh, you're right. Is it a different boss? Well, that's kind of wild. It's becoming challenging. Come on. Let's add this to the mix. There we go. Maybe we can keep this going. Oh, different balls seem to unlock other bosses. That's cool. This game really does have a lot going for it. I figured out a way to keep it fresh. Oh, I'm getting a little worried now. Little worried here. Yeah, you're right on the switching sides, I think. Even more mosquitoes, that's interesting. Use the Necromancer's Tower to revive 100%. Bet you all didn't see that coming. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to do it. Well, that's how that cookie crumbles on that one. Okay. Pierces through forests, pierces through boulders. Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. Let's return. And let's try a run with the knight. Okay. As I say that, we have that structure up there as well. Why don't we go ahead and try and start working on this as well. We'll just pop that out there. Like so. And let's send the team out. Angled that way this time. Yeah, let's see if that does it. Okay, so we got a newcomer. You've unlocked a new character, the Radical. Cool indeed. All right, let's take a look at the Radical. What are we working with here? The red guy is the Shade. Balls shoot from the back and have a base crit hit chance of 10%. He's really cool, actually. I haven't heard anything about updates, Rich. I hope they keep working on it. Plays the game and chooses upgrades automatically. Come on. Radicalized by years of solitude? Really? Really? Okay, I don't know if I'm ready to lock into the Radical just yet. It's gonna turn it into an auto player for us, an auto battler. That's interesting. So let's try. He auto shoots. Okay, interesting. So do you have to move him at the same time, or does he just auto shoot and auto target? This is interesting. I mean, I do want to try him at some point. I think this time, though, we should do the shield bearer with the cohabitants. Now let's try taking them. Oh, you hate him. All right, Worf. Okay, well let's see how this goes. We've got a synergy. Balls go through enemies and deal 20% bonus damage when hitting them from the other side. I feel like... we'll go with some of these. Okay. Let's do this. It'd be nice to see it clear this time. Oh, let's go with this. I do like the different bleed synergies. Okay, all baby balls deal 20% more damage. I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's do it. I did end up making the sun ball. It was fun. I like the sun ball. I really like the light bulb ball. I like them all. They're all fun in their own way. Why don't we just go ahead with that? Hey, Cameron. Thanks for being out here with us. All right, let's go with this. I would argue that this game is so good, it is basically a package of cherry boudins in and of itself. Okay? It's that type of game. It just is. And the bleed ball kind of resembles a cherry boudin in a way. This guy. That's not going to make you feel like you've got a whole bag of ludens, though, anytime soon. Light bulb plus leech. Oh, that sounds fun. That does sound like a fun time. Cheers to you, boss. All right. You know, I actually don't know if bouncing with the shield is considered a catch. I was thinking about that last time I played as this character. I don't know if that's a thing, how they count that. I would think it is, because if it's not, then, you know, that's kind of null and void on this utility, right? Balls go through enemies. Yeah, that's not so much on that one. I leaning this way, I think. When you catch a special ball. Yeah, let's just assume. Oh, you don't think it's a catch? Well, so there's that. I don't know, for some reason last time I thought, oh yeah, I think it's working. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. You could be very right. Let's go with this. Oh, a lot of potential evos here. I do really like this. Like this one too. Yeah, you know, I think we're gonna go exploding maggot balls, right? Yeah, this is looking pretty good. And yeah, those are the helpers coming from behind. These golden bulls. In fact, we could just go ahead and add another one. Why not, right? I have a feeling this guy's gonna go down fast. Yep, outstanding. Okay, well I do like that thing. But I would like to upgrade this again too. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, awesome. Okay. All right, so it is definitely thickening up. That was, nah, look, I know this is a family show. That was definitely an unintentional, that's what she said, okay? All right, if you heard it, you heard it. We'll let it go. I'm not gonna harp on stuff like that. This is a family show, okay? And sometimes you say things out loud and you go, oh, okay, all right, well, there's that. There's that, right? What can you do? Speaking of The Office, right? It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Well, what could go wrong? The old Inferno ball. Wouldn't mind it. Oh man. Top 3. Yeah, adults or family. 100%. Top 3 right now. That's hard. And we're talking roguelites specifically, which we could argue forever what is and isn't, right? I mean, Lucky Tower is on that list. Lucky Tower is on that list, for sure. Whether it's a roguelike or a roguelite, I don't know. You know, I mean, some consider, well, you can park stuff in the town and that helps, but, you know, there's no stat progression. I go back and forth on that one. But Lucky Tower's on the list, for sure. Ball X Pit is on the list. I've played, I mean, this is a game that I've played quite a bit in 2025. And what would take that last spot for me? Oof. I don't know. I have to think about what I've been playing lately and enjoying lately. I mean, I have been playing a lot of Nuclear Gladiator 3000, but I don't know that that hits the list for me. I'll tell you this much. I really liked what I played of Rogue Core today. So that... But it's not on the list yet, right? It's on my mind. You make a very solid point about slot machine games in general. We have gotten so many good ones lately. Slots and Daggers is an amazing video game. So maybe, maybe as of right now, maybe Slots and Daggers would be on that list for me. There's also the Coin Pusher game that I want to return back to. Neon Abyss, yeah, that's a good one too. You're right. And I like Hades as well. I know we don't see Hades on the channel a lot. It has nothing to do with my love of Hades 2. I think that's a phenomenal game. It just, people don't watch it, and that's totally fine. People are playing it instead of watching it. That's a great reason. But I like Hades 2. I checked out Mega Bonk. I think Mega Bonk is awesome as well. Ooh, new balls all start at level 2. Wow. Okay, we are getting some good stuff. Let's grab the Inferno. Bonk is crazy. Bonk is really good. Yeah, Mega Bonk is great. Oh, you know what? We gotta try this. We haven't done this yet. Charm Ball. What could go wrong? Yeah, Dead Cells is fantastic. I definitely visited Dead Cells. I think late last year with the Castlevania content. Played that one for a little bit on the channel. Had a good time with it. Fun video game. Let's do a fusion. I haven't gotten to that one yet. Rich. That's maybe another one I got to get to. All right, next upgrade, we're taking another new ball. So Lucky Tower Ultimate may be different from Lucky Tower. Lucky Tower was, I believe that started on Flash. So Lucky Tower Ultimate, probably the different one. Yep, Slots and Daggers. A fantastic game. I'm glad you picked it up. That gentleman that worked on Slots and Daggers, 100,000 copies sold Slots and Daggers. Very deserving of the success. I want to re-roll one more time. Okay, yeah, happy to see this. Let's do it. Yeah, I hope they continue adding on to Slots and Daggers. Huge fan of the slot machine games. Slots and Daggers just has such a neat look to it as well. Like, I feel like that dev really, really nailed the environment. Thanks for the support, Sekiro. Really appreciate that. Yes, definitely played some Balatro. Enjoyed that quite a bit. You know, Balatro is a cool video game because people that don't play video games will play Balatro. I got my brother-in-law kind of addicted to Balatro for a little bit. That was fun. All right. Yes, it is a brutal video game. And if you want my advice, don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. As soon as you get in your head about the jumps or the various things that happen in Lucky Tower, it's over. Don't overthink it. Just go for it. Just lean in. And somehow, at the same time, be careful. Be careful out there. But just go for it. But be careful out there. But just go for it. Don't overthink it. Does that make no sense at all? Yeah, it's, you know, I think we have 120 videos of Lucky Tower on the channel. You just have to have fun with it. Know that you're going to be eliminated a lot. And then you're going to be eliminated some more, and then some more, and then s'mores. And it's, but just have fun with it. The losing is just part of the experience. Yeah, feed the princess. It is single player. It is single player. That would be a great game to do past the controller with, you know? Because you might need a break after a run goes one way or another, or the one way that we're all thinking. You know, if you've played Lucky Tower, right? You might want to pass the controller off. Yeah. Yeah, we are a specific breed, 100%. We are. But we love it. We love it. All right, so we're gonna return. And what are we gonna do here? Well, we're gonna maybe build some buildings, right? And let's see here. Who do we want to play as? Yeah, if you don't feed the princess, you will. That's a yes. That is a good way to think about that, I think. And another passive slot. Wow, now we're getting wild out here. Well, let's see. We just put this in a ridiculous spot. Why not, right? Okay. So if we bounce over there, we should get up to that top right corner, and maybe that other thing at the you know, bottom mid right. I don't know. Yeah, the coin pusher game, Rat Coin. It's called Rat Coin. Wow, that's you know, usually at this point in the day, all the words are not available. If you know, you know. Rat Coin is the other game. It's a coin pusher roguelike. And it is so much fun. It's very, very good. I don't know if that demo is still up, but if there is and you have not played Rackcoin yet, Racccoin, that game is phenomenal. I'm very excited about that coming out. You will see more of that on the channel. It's a promise. All right, we hit the buildings for sure. We definitely hit the targets there. We had that going for us. So it's rat coin, but raccoon. It's RAC as in Charlie. RACCOIN, I believe. You made your town a winding path with buildings on both sides and resources in the middle. Well, Rich, you know, that would have been the way that I should have done this, but here we are. Here we are. You know, and there's consequences for what I've done. All right, I think I'd like to do at least one more run. Just your average. You know what? I want to play as the character that shoots the balls from the back. That's kind of fun. Balls bounce normally off the bottom of the screen. No. There, this one, the shade. I think we should try the shade. And I think we should pair the shade up with our friend here who's going to help us make new and interesting combinations, right? Yeah, red cloak indeed. Okay. Very Ermac, right? I think. Speaking of Ermac, did anybody get a hold of that new MK title? See, this is fun. It kind of reverses the situation. We're gonna have an interesting run here. Okay, well, you're gonna like that game. It's just pure fun. You know, you're just watching neat things pop off, and you're trying to make ridiculous scores, and there's a lot of great ways to do it. It's just such a chill little game, it really is. I think it's gonna do ridiculous numbers when it comes out. I bet. You know, sometimes you can just tell with these games, like Slots and Daggers, you know? I mean, I saw that, and in fact, I was able to get in touch with the dev and get an early look at the demo, and sometimes you just look at these games and you go, oh man, wow, good for you. Good for you. Just wait. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. I felt that way with Tiny Rogues. Anybody play Tiny Rogues? I mean, on my list of all-time games, Tiny Rogues has a spot, for sure. That was a game where I played it, and I don't know that dev knew what he had at the time. Especially since he, this was years ago, of course. He got connected with me, and I just thought, oh my goodness, do you know what you have here? Why are you talking with me? I don't think I even had like 1,000 subs at that point yet, but you talk about a cool dev, the dev of Tiny Rogues. That developer even put a Goat Force power-up in Tiny Rogues. Really great game. Really, really great game. But that was one where, I started playing it and immediately, oh man, this is good for you. Good for you. This is going to work out in a big way for you. And it did. It did. In fact, that dev is still making updates to Tiny Rogues. Really, really neat. All right, so we're going to have some reflecting projectiles, perhaps? Should be fun. Oh, the light bulb ball was an option. Yes, it is an 8-bit dungeon crawler. Yep. Yeah, it's well, you know, it's kind of an action rogue. It's got a lot of bullet hell to it. It's fun. It's fun, and if you play it and you come across the Goat Force power-up, you take the Goat Force power-up every time. There is a goat. It makes a goat noise. It's epic. Yeah, you know, that's another one. Speaking of series that have been on the channel, that was one that hung out for quite some time. Yeah, it was. If I remember correctly, every time you dashed, it shot a exploding goat out or something like this. It's been some time. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, last I heard, that developer was refactoring the code to make it run even better, and there was some work being done on the projectile system and all kinds of stuff. Really, really neat. And if you haven't gotten to Tiny Rogues, that's absolutely a game that would still hold up quite well. It's very good. I mean, I don't hate that we're getting these balls stuck up there. They're still doing the damage. I have a little bit of concern about what's going on down here. Oh, are we going to get something new here? Oh, look at that. The Phantom. Now, I can't tell you what it does. It does something. All right, here's where I start to get a little bit concerned. Oh, boy. Well, we do have several bottles of Cherry Ludens coming up here. Yeah, let's do the charm. Maybe the Ludens will get us through. Oh, boy. Now we're just getting trapped up there. It's creating a log jam a little bit. But if we can hold out and maybe get another couple Evos, you never know. Oh boy, okay. Grab some gems. It's true. It is true. Well, and this is a really tough area to be trying this. Oh, we'll use the Necro. Played Battle Planet recently. Movement mechanics are trippy because it's basically just the planet moving. Interesting. I haven't heard of that one yet. You know what I am seeing a lot of lately, and some of these devs have reached out to me as well, are the incrementals. I think those are pretty interesting as well. I don't know if they're, you know, that's what I struggle with. Are incrementals roguelikes and roguelites? I'm not sure. There's a channel out there If you've ever seen Idle Cub. Idle Cub plays a lot of the incremental games, and they're fun. All right, I don't think this run is gonna pan out, unfortunately. Yeah, probably dead. Probably dead. But you know, they keep giving us the health bottles, don't they? We needed the bounce speed multiplier. That would be epic right now. But yeah, there's no way with this boss. Okay. So we're gonna return, and let's see if we can complete these buildings that we've got going. Yes, sadness. For sure. Let's do this again. Okay, so we got, okay, all 3 projects. 1 additional passive slot, 1 ball slot. That's amazing. And fusion reactors contain a minimum of 2 free upgrades. Wow. Okay, well that's definitely stepping things up. I kind of just want to go with that same approach again and see if I can make it work. Now that we got the additional stuffs, right? So maybe Heavenly Gates is out of reach. That's fine. But what if we went to the gory grasslands? See if we can make that work. Excited about the additional ball slot. Wow, look at that! It's amazing. We're gonna make sure that this gets ridiculous. Yeah, that's probably a good call. All right, add some poison to the mix. I don't hate it. I would like to see some kind of Evo with the charm. I think we're going to. I have a good feeling about this. Alright, so help me out because the title is escaping my mind. But the rogue where you dungeon crawl during the day and then you come out and you sell your stuff. It's not Undermine, it's gosh. What is that called? That's gonna be coming out soon, the sequel. Live Goat! Yes. How about it? Thanks for being here, Corpse. No, I'm not thinking of... No, it's not Dwarf. It's, this is the sequel to it. Where you run the store and you sell the baubles. Moonlighter, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Moonlighter 2 is coming. And I'm curious, from anybody that played the demo of Moonlighter 2 and maybe had some issues with what they did with the store. There was an outcry. You know, people had feelings about Moonlighter 2. And what I've heard is that they've changed a lot of that stuff in terms of how the store functions and some of the bonuses. You might even be able to set your own price now. I mean, that was a lot of the fun in the original, I think. But are any of you looking forward to that game? Because that's another one that's right around the corner. And I wonder if you were thinking of Dwarf Fortress, Johnny. That's another game that I need to get to at some point. All right. Ooh. Oh yeah, that Rogue Core game is, gosh, it's amazing. I mean, if you like the original Deep Rock, it's more of that. It's fantastic. Yeah, you will enjoy that. That's going to be a lot of fun with friends. And you know, I had a good time playing it solo as well. It's challenging. But I didn't think it was unfair. Oh yeah, Deep Rock Survivor. Gosh, what a video game. The heart charms the enemies and I believe forces them to damage the... Oh, look at this. Kiss of Death. What does that do? Charmed enemies, something or other. You know, that's the only problem with the cogitator, is that you can't always read what the stuff does. All right, well, we know this one. Oh, yeah, 100%. The rogue version is going to be amazing. All right, what does this do? Charmed enemies, something. I can't look at this stuff. Like, what happens if I... Oh, wait, okay. All right. Here we go. Charmed enemies have a 10% chance of dying after recovering. Okay. Cool. Did I ever try Risk of Rain 2? Yes. I played a lot of Risk of Rain 2. And played the original a little bit as well. And had a good time with all of those. Oh, wow. That's probably going to be very good. Yeah, you know, the only thing that I didn't always love about Risk of Rain 2 was those times where, you know, you have a tough time finding the portal. Oh, yeah. We're doing it live Wednesday. It's okay, Noid. There's always next Wednesday. Oh yeah, no, look, everybody's got their likes and their dislikes. Gamers of all shapes and sizes and all walks of life. No judging. Judgment-free zone. Yeah, good question on sulfur. You know, I got, so if you were with us in the last one, you got to that, it was almost like a hedge maze where that invulnerable enemy popped out. I did not get much further than that yet. Need to go back to sulfur. Yeah, sulfur's fun. There's just so many dang video games to play, you know? Oh, I didn't know about Endless Alice. That's interesting. You know what? I only spent... Oh, Slasher's Keep, yes. What a time that was for jumps, right? What? Look at those jumps and spikes. But yes, Slasher's Keep, amazing game. I didn't spend a ton of time with Enter the Gungeon. I'll fess up. I do like Binding of Isaac. Haven't played a ton of it recently, but there was a time where I was doing a lot of Isaac for a little bit. But I can appreciate that that is not for everybody. Some folks are just turned off by the, you know, the general, I don't know, storyline, right, of Isaac. That's a tough one. I am excited for, what is it, Mugenics, right, with the cats. I played some Don't Starve. I had kind of a tough time getting into Don't Starve. But I like that it's a thing that exists. I think it's cool. We tried Wizard with a Gun too, and that kind of reminded me of Don't Starve. Oh man, we gotta take this guy out. Come on, balls. Need you down here. All right. Need you down here, balls. Okay, there we go. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Played the board game at my Games Day last month. That was weird. A Binding of Isaac board game. I don't know if I knew that existed. Now, this might help the enhanced rate of fire. Oh, come on. You know, not everything's gonna fit. Like I said, I didn't spend too much time with Gungeon. I got killed in Gungeon a lot. That was a game that I had a tough time getting good at that. Now that's the one that they're doing a sequel to, right? Gungeon. The sequel did look really neat. Maybe I'll be better at that one. Or maybe we'll just make a few reverse tutorials and we'll call it a day. I don't know. We'll see what we get. Yep, played some Crashlands as well. I appreciated the style of Crashlands. Yeah, it's true. I mean, if something doesn't jive with you, you know, you don't have to like force yourself to stick with it. There's a lot of great options. And they're always coming out. There's always a new one too. Oh, this should be interesting. You know, you mentioned Super Fantasy Kingdom last time, and I need to check that out. You don't think it would make a very good channel game, one run, just to show it off? Yeah, you know, sometimes that is true of games where, you know, we just, it's a one and done. Right, people kind of get the gist of it. But then sometimes you get these feel-good games that just, I don't know, you know. This is a great example, this game. Just play this and hang out, you know, no big deal. All right, well, we made it. That's good. The rat game. Are we talking about rat coin? It sounds like rat, but I think it's a raccoon. See, last week we had some issues with my audio as well. You know, when you're trying to be specific about the way something sounds, and somebody thought that I had said, "Oh, I'm drinking coffee with old milk, like old as in spoiled old milk." No, I was drinking with a splash of oat milk, like Quaker oats. Sounds are very important sometimes. Oh, cyber rats! Yes, cyber rats. That's also a fun game. That is out now. Cyber Rats is out now. That dev is really cool. He also has a YouTube channel where he talks about his development projects. He has another game that he's been working on called Gorn, I think. But yeah, Cyber Rats, you know, it's a charming game in its own way. I appreciate the creativity there. But yes, that is out now. That's another one that I need to revisit. You know, the thing is, I feel like I showed it off already, and so if we were going to come back to it, it would be to, you know, show you more of the game. But the thing is, I have to play better in order to show you more of the game. So there's that too. It's a great problem to have. I totally get it. Noid. Yeah, time is such a limited resource these days. Getting 100 gold whenever a character dies in a level. Hey, how about it? Okay. Well, we have been going for a little bit here. We made some progress. We opened up some cool stuff. And I think that's where we're going to cut it for this Wednesday, folks. We did it. We did it live. We did it live Wednesday. We'll keep doing it live on Wednesdays. Thank you so much to all of you for hanging out. Thanks for the member up. Thanks for the gift. Really appreciate all of you and all the support towards everything we're doing out here, and just, you know, being able to get together and chill, have fun, you know. I get as much out of this as you all do. So I really appreciate it. And it's nice to have it in the middle of the week sometimes too, right? Because you need it at that point. So, folks, have a great rest of your evening, your morning, your day, your afternoon, whatever you're doing out there. Have a great one. And I'll tell you what, we'll see you again real soon, okay? It's a promise. It's a promise. Have a great one, folks.